Hello, hi, good afternoon everyone and welcome to today's PM Forum. I'm Rachel Kelly, I'm the Northwest PM Forum Chair and I'm delighted to be hosting today's session on sustainable marketing, how to drive profits with purpose.
So firstly, the entire stakeholder chain has become more important now than ever before to the success of an organisation. And as marketers working across functions and groups, internally and externally, because that's what we do, marketing needs to take the lead in some way and raise the awareness around the business to build in sustainability.
Typically, somebody is driving that brand story, and that tends to sit within marketing. And what is it that we're doing with our brand? It is everything, communicating everything that we are. It's evolved from that kind of product name to actually be relationships that we build with everybody who connects with us. And those relationships are based on trust. So famously, regardless of what an organization wants the brand to stand for, by the actions and the evidence of what we actually do, those are the kind of brand prints that we put out there into the world that start to determine what the truth of that brand is.
I can't tell you the amount of companies that we researched as case studies in our book, or just for information in terms of understanding where companies are at the moment. And we found so many companies that were doing incredible work, but absolutely we're not talking about it. They weren't talking about it externally, hardly internally, as we go over in a minute. There's a huge opportunity to share that purpose if it's something that's really, really strongly baked into the DNA of your company, like the Brewdogs and the Patagonias of the world are demonstrating, as Michelle just said.
ESG was touched on, and obviously that's become more prevalent where everybody's talking about that. Could you just tell us a bit more about that for those people who perhaps aren't clear on ESG and what it is and what people do need to be thinking about?
They need to be thinking about the kind of environmental impact, their societal impact, as well as their usual drivers of profit. So what can they be doing it's almost kind of like going back to the old CSR model where you are looking at all the different drivers. You've got your economic circles around the bottom, you've got, your societal issues, and the business is in the middle. And if you go back to what business was designed for, historically, business was designed to serve communities. It wasn't just about turning as much profit as possible for the shareholders. It was also about the impact to the community that you could give back to. If you look at the Cadbury situation, if we look at, many of the Quaker formed businesses of the day, that was the history of business. And over the last 50, 60, 70 years, we've kind of lost our way and become so focused on profitability at whatever cost. And now it's a case of coming back and saying, well, actually, is this good for the environment? Is this good for our employees? Is this good for our local communities? Is this good for society? And is this good for global society? And is this good for the planet?